So let's make things very clear. I already know that for many people out there, you will not be convinced no matter what I say. ReZero is one of those anime that elicits a bunch of different responses when it's brought up, many of them negative. First off, it's an isekai, and already that's a deal breaker for a lot of people. It's a genre whose tropes primarily revolve around catering to the fetishes and fantasies of Japanese otaku, with strange titles and premises like In Another World with My Smartphone, and Do You Love Your Mom and Her 2-hit multi-target attacks? It's no wonder that people will automatically assume the worst of an anime with the isekai tag attached to it. The genre is bloated with products that are more wish fulfillment than anything else worth taking seriously. I mean, that's the selling point, right? Life can be hard and unfulfilling in 21st century Japan and, anywhere else really. So it's nice to imagine that you could just go somewhere else and have everything be better. Plus, you even get a free waifu as a package deal. But stuff like this can seem lame for people who just want a legitimate story, a work of art that they can take seriously. So when you see ReZero, it probably looks like more of the same nonsense. In fact, even though it wasn't the first isekai, it's a source of a lot of the tropes and cliches that people complain about in the genre as a whole. And trust me, I know the reputation the anime has, all the common critiques against it. How people drop the show because they hate Subaru, how people can't stand how hopeless and depressing the show is. Oh, Subaru never gets stronger, every arc is just dying over and over, where's the payoff? He's so unlikable, everyone is unlikable, Subaru sucks, where's the power up? When does he turn Super Saiyan Blue? Why is he crying and embarrassing himself in front of Amelia? But do you see what's happening here? It seems that a lot of the biggest critics of the show are falling victim to the same charge that people place against the isekai genre. And that's the overwhelming desire for wish fulfillment. The expectation that you want things to go your way. People are always going to have expectations for whatever artistic product they consume, don't get me wrong. When you pick up a battle shonen, you have expectations that there'll be hype fights and a whole lot of hot-blooded determination. When you pick up a rom-com, you expect push and pull. Will they, won't they? But in my opinion, if it's at all possible, I think art should be viewed without expectations. In an ideal world, the author would give us whatever work they have, and we, the audience, take it as it is before coming to our own conclusions and having our own interpretations. So again, if it's at all possible for you, because it's completely fine if you can't or you won't do this, put aside your expectations when you watch ReZero. Tappei Nagatsuki has a story to tell, something he wants to say, and I'm not even saying whether it's good or bad, but as the audience, try to hear it out, right? It's uncomfortable seeing Subaru being such a massive loser. It's not satisfying seeing him struggling in vain, dying over and over. Watching ReZero at times can be a sickening experience in more ways than one. Characters won't do the things you want them to do, things won't resolve the way you want them to, and you might not feel the way you want to feel while watching this show. But that's the story the author wants to tell. If you couldn't tell by now, I'm obviously not spoiling any plot points for the anime because, I'm supposed to be convincing you to watch it. But ReZero is a subversion of the isekai genre. It doesn't give you that sweet wish fulfillment that other shows will promise you or even guarantee you. Now, if you're really deep in the anime community and you're really against watching this show, you've probably already heard that argument already. You know how many times I get that comment whenever I make a ReZero video like this? Oh, Damian, I get what you're saying about the subversive nature of the show, but I actually watched the show and I couldn't get past episode 13. I just can't deal with Subaru. And you know what? That's fine. If that's what you think, then there really is nothing I could say to convince you. Not everyone wants to feel terrible when they sit down to watch anime. I know I feel that way. One of my favorite anime of all time is K-On!, and that's like the textbook, hey, put on this show and just chill and forget about your problems type of show. But one of my other favorite anime of all time is ReZero. So if you can't be convinced, then you can't be convinced. But for the few people that watch this video and have listened to all the things that I've said and are thinking, I'm okay with feeling uncomfortable. I want to hear a story from an author whose goal is to make me squirm and cringe. That's the artistic experience I want today. Then maybe you'll like ReZero. It won't hurt you to try, right? Well, maybe it'll hurt you a little bit.